Anyways, guys, we need to get in. Let's get into the thing that we really want to talk about, which is the Dallas Stars. And we are back. This is season 5. This is episode 1. And we want to get into several things here on tonight's episode. But first things first, James, let's just go ahead and jump into what you were mentioning just off camera a second ago. Because it's something that a lot of people have been talking about, and it's the whole Nazem Kadri situation. So
Goodness,
would you like me to go ahead and explain that whole Nazem Kadri situation, or you want to go ahead and explain it?
You can go ahead and explain it. It's really long, so
I'll try to make it as short as I can for those of you that don't know what happened. So, long story short, there is a thing going on between those two teams. Nazem Kadri and a St. Louis Blues member crash into the net, which is Jordan Binnington's net, and Jordan Binnington goes out of the game with an injury, right? So after the game, Nazem Kadri is kind of doing his thing. He's, doing an interview, and then he has a water bottle thrown at him off camera. There's TNT broadcasters sitting there talking to him, and Nazem Kadri is like, I think that was Binnington that just threw a water bottle at me. Oh, that's funny. And then he goes on after that, and he says, I'm just going to play hockey. I'm just going to do my thing. And then he turns around in game 4, and not only does he, take cheap shots from multiple different players of the St. Louis Blues, but he also scores a hat trick in the following game.
We forgot from Blues fans, he also received racist comments and threats.
I was getting to that.
Running into the goalie. And I think he responded in like the perfect way. Like in his presser, he was like, "Yeah, it's a big deal, but I'm going to act like it's not and play hockey." And that's exactly what he should do. And it is a big deal. The Blues fans who did that should be ashamed. And he also he did something he didn't even have to do. He made sure that people understood that those Blues fans do not represent other Blues fans. So I think he did the exactly perfect thing in that situation, and then just went ahead and just scored a hat trick to just seal it off. And I'm super glad that guy's in the NHL. I mean, what a way to respond to stuff like that. Just the class and the way that he talked about it, the respect he gave to the people who weren't directly involved, and then just goes ahead and revenge. Perfect. Love the situation overall. I hate Colorado still, but I'm a Nazem Kadri fan now.
Yeah, I mean he shuts up everyone who is saying, "Oh, he's such a dirty player too," just going out and scoring the hat trick like that. Like a dirty player isn't going to score a hat trick. I don't think ever. I mean, back when you had those enforcers on your team back before, in past years, they hardly even scored. So it's absolutely insane what he did, and shut the haters up instantly, man.
Yeah, and by the way, the whole thing about the racist comments and everything, I just don't understand it. I mean, it wasn't even a clear goalie bullying incident. He was going hard to the net. That's what he was doing, and he wasn't the only guy that crashed into Binnington. It was his own player, Binnington's own teammate, that crashed into him on top of it. Yeah. So it's not like there was any ill will or ill intent or anything like that. Now, the only thing that Nazem Kadri doesn't have going for him in this case is that he does have a history.
Yeah, that's exactly
the past four out of the past 4 postseasons that he's been a part of, he has been suspended in 3 of those 4 in some instance or another because of something that he did. So I understand why Blues fans were completely hacked off and everything. But to go as far as to go out and call him out on Twitter and send him racist messages and
sending him threats and racist messages, it doesn't matter what he did. I mean, he could have slapped someone in the face with a hockey stick. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But and what he did is not like this instance is not even close to being suspension worthy. Like, in my opinion, it's not even a penalty. Like, the defenseman drove him into Binnington. I don't know, man. Like,
well, I mean, I love how he responded. I really did. The fact that he went out there and scored 3 goals was just absolutely awesome. And then the other part of that is, did you see how many cheap shots that he took?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Someone got fined for the cross check that he took in that game already. So
Well, he alone got his team a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I thought that was
Good
absolutely
job,
hilarious.
Blues.
I know.
That's how
Yeah.
you win a playoff series.
Yeah, exactly. And people are saying, "Oh, well, we were going to win that anyways because, Binnington's hurt and Husos are
Binnington is not the reason you would win that series. He was terrible all season.
Well, he had been good recently, and he had been looking
Whatever,
like
dude.
Stanley Cup Jordan Binnington. No, he really had been, because Huso played the first game. He played game 1 because he was the better goalie in the regular season, and then they turn around and throw Binnington in the net during game 2 when Huso really struggled, and then it had been Binnington's net since that game 2 of the first round. So I still don't think that they would have beat Colorado with Binnington in net anyways. But go figure. But
They're just whining. No
Yeah.
chance Binnington is going to make that much of a difference in a series like this. The Blues are getting dominated.
and then speaking of which, look at Binnington himself. I actually
yeah.
didn't.
The
I didn't.
dirtiest goalie ever in the
Yes,
league.
it goes off. He causes an issue on the ice, and then he skates away and lets his
Yep.
teammates deal with it.
Yep. That is Jordan Binnington.
That is Jordan Binnington to a T. And then the other thing is, I didn't actually know this, but Jordan Binnington himself had some racist tweets when he was a younger guy. So I didn't know that. I was listening to the Steve Dangle podcast, and I think Steve Dangle brought it up, and I was like, really? That can't be right. Sure enough. So
Yeah,
Anyway.
people say stupid stuff though. I don't know if we should be digging 10 years back in people's Twitter
right.
history, to be
I
honest.
agree. I
Whatever.
agree. But for St. Louis Blues fans who are saying, well, look at it, I'm just like, whatever. So anyways, anything about that? I thought that was interesting.
no, that dude Nazem Kadri is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Handled
he's
that
my favorite
the
player
best
right
way
now.
he possibly could. It was awesome.
Yep. He's my favorite player right now for sure. He actually got me rooting for Colorado in game 4. That's how bad I wanted to
That's impressive.
So anyways, but all right guys, let's go ahead and transition to some